Hi viewers! Long, long ago, when magic still whispered through the petals of flowers, there lived a woman who wished for a child so small she could cradle her in a teacup. One day, her wish came true, for from the heart of a golden blossom, a tiny girl was born. Her name was Thumbelina, and her story begins here. In a sun-drenched village garden, a woman kneels. Her posture shows a deep sorrow. The lines on her face tell a silent story of past joys and future absences. Her husband died and she was left alone. She tries to make herself busy in gardening. With careful fingers, she tenderly caresses a rose, its vibrant petals a complete contrast to her inner world. Her eyes, pools of profound sadness, reflect the garden's bright hues, yet understands only shades of grey. The garden thrives around her, a painful reminder of the life that continues even in the face of loss. One day, she visited a kind old witch, her face a canvas of deep longing. She leans in, the air thick with unspoken hopes, her voice barely a whisper. She confesses,
"I wish for a child."
The old witch listens intently, her eyes reflecting centuries of secrets and untold stories. A silent understanding passes between them. The witch smiled and handed her a tiny seed, saying,
"Plant this in a flower pot, and your wish shall bloom."
Inside her sun-drenched home, the woman delicately cradles a tiny seed, poised to bestow life. With tender care, she presses the seed into the dark, rich earth of a flower pot. A gentle cascade of water awakens the soil, nurturing the silent promise within. Bathed in the golden embrace of sunlight, the flower pot finds its place on the windowsill, a beacon of hope and growth. Days melt into a gentle rhythm of light and shadow, painting the walls with ephemeral patterns. A beautiful flower blossoms, its petals shimmering like spun gold, each one a tiny sundae. The flower's radiant beauty fills the room with a sense of serene anticipation. The golden light seems to pulse with a quiet, expectant energy. Within the heart of a vibrant flower, a miracle unfolds as its petals unfurl. Nestled within the bloom, a tiny girl, no bigger than a thumb, stirs to life. Her delicate eyes flutter open, blinking in the gentle light of a new day. The woman watches in utter amazement, her eyes widening at the sight of the miniature child. A tender smile graces her lips as she beholds the tiny being before her. She whispers, her voice filled with wonder,
"Oh, you're so small. I'll call you Thumbelina."
In the quiet of night, Thumbelina dreams peacefully within her walnut shell cradle, rose petals tenderly covering her. Soft light bathes the tiny cradle, emphasizing the delicate beauty of her slumber. A woman stands vigil, her gaze filled with love and protection. A lullaby fills the room, its soothing melody a promise of safety and warmth. One night, moonlight spills into the bedroom as a monstrous toad, its skin slick with slime, slides in through the window. Its bulbous eyes fixate on the peacefully sitting Thumbelina, unaware of the looming danger. A sinister thought bubbles in the toad's mind as it gazes upon her delicate form. The toad croaks, its voice a low rumble in the quiet room.
"Oh, what a pretty bride for my son."
Under the cloak of night, he kidnapped Thumbelina and gently sets her upon a broad lily pad. The lily pad begins its solitary drift into the gloomy river, carrying Thumbelina away from the solid earth. She sits up, disoriented, her small form vulnerable against the vastness of the dark water. Her face crushes, a wave of despair washing over her delicate features. Her voice, a light whisper against the night, cries out in anguish.
Mother, mother!
Tiny fish playfully nip at the base of a lily pad, unknowingly setting Thumbelina adrift. The fragile stem snaps, and Thumbelina begins her journey on the gentle current. She floats serenely, a tiny figure amidst the vastness of the river. The river carries her past silent forests, their green canopy a stark contrast to the bright sky. Sun-drenched meadows blur by, vibrant colors accompanying Thumbelina on her unknowing adventure. Sunlight glistens on the water's surface as it flows endlessly, carrying secrets and possibilities into the unknown. The melodic songs of birds fill the air, a bittersweet symphony accompanying her solitude. The towering trees along the riverbank seem to whisper ancient tales, their leaves rustling with the wind's mournful sigh. Thumbelina's eyes reflect a profound sense of isolation, her heart heavy with the weight of being utterly alone. Lost in the vastness, she gazes at the horizon, a tiny speck against grand nature. Lost and vulnerable, Thumbelina seeks refuge beneath the vast areas of a vibrant leaf. The forest floor, green and shadow, dwarfs her tiny frame. Drawn by her delicate aura, a colorful butterfly dances in the sun-dappled air nearby. The butterfly flutters closer, as if answering a silent call, its wings a kaleidoscope of hope. A silent offer of freedom and escape stays in the air, promising a journey through the summer skies. A big black beetle emerges suddenly, its shadow looming ominously over Thumbelina. The beetle's mandibles clamp down with surprising force, seizing Thumbelina. A swarm of other beetles gathers, their multifaceted eyes glinting with cruel amusement in the sunlight. A chorus of high-pitched, grating laughter erupts as the beetles jeer. Ugly, strange, alone, and unwanted, Thumbelina takes flight, seeking refuge in the dense, silent woods. She vanishes into the green depths, leaving behind the world that scorned her. The woods become her home as the seasons turn, painting the landscape in hues of loneliness and flexibility. Thumbelina finds herself isolated, a tiny figure against the grand nature. Snowflakes descend, transforming the woods into a silent, white expanse. Amidst the frosted landscape, Thumbelina trembles, her small form struggling against the biting cold. A field mouse, a flicker of warmth in the frozen wilderness, reluctantly came out through the snow-laden ground. The mouse spots Thumbelina, a sign of vulnerability amidst the snow. Driven by compassion, the field mouse gently nudges Thumbelina towards the promise of its warm burrow. Sunlight floods the cozy field mouse burrow, illuminating dancing dust motes and the simple comfort within. With a sweeping gesture, the field mouse presents her humble home, a haven of warmth and light. Her eyes gleam with a mixture of kindness and calculation. She declares, her voice echoing in the small space, sealing their fate with her words.
You shall live with me, but you must marry my neighbor, the mole. He's rich and warm and lives underground.
Deep within the damp, dark tunnel, a kind but gloomy mole shuffles through his subterranean home. A constant twilight reigns, enhancing the mole's melancholic solitude. In his heart, a silent wish echoes, that Thumbelina might forever share his shadowed existence. The darkness of the tunnel becomes a metaphor for his desire to keep Thumbelina safe and close, away from the uncertainties of the world above. In the dimly lit tunnels, Shadows dance on the rough-hewn walls, revealing the cold, damp earth. One day, Thumbelina found a fragile swallow lies still, its wings half frozen, a stark contrast to the tunnel's rough surroundings. The small bird is motionless, and its delicate features are illuminated by the faint light filtering through the tunnel. Deep within the quiet earth, the winding tunnels of the mole stretch into darkness. In a hidden corner, Thumbelina's silhouette is illuminated by a soft, ethereal light. With gentle hands, she tends to the injured swallow, her small form radiating warmth and compassion. Each movement is delicate, each touch a silent promise of healing. The swallow, nestled in her care, is a fragile symbol of hope in the subterranean gloom. Sunlight floods into Mole's tunnel, turning dust motes into a swirling dance of light. The swallow stretches his fully healed wing, testing its strength with a newfound confidence shining in his eyes. His gaze pierces through the sunlit tunnel, offering an invitation filled with hope. He urges, his voice echoing with promise.
Come with me, little one. Fly away from this cold place.
Flickering fireflies cast a dim glow in the tunnel, illuminating Thumbelina's sorrowful face as she stands near the exit. The weight of the day presses down on her as she whispers a final farewell.
Goodbye.
Her heart heavy, she prepares to leave behind the only life she has known. In a tender moment, she leans down to kiss the field mouse, a gesture of love and gratitude. I can't bear it, she thinks, her resolve firm despite the pain of parting. Thumbelina, tiny but resolute, ascends into the radiant embrace of the sun, perched upon the back of a swift swallow. Together, they burst into the open sky, leaving the shadows behind. The world stretches out beneath them, an endless tapestry of green and gold. Valleys unfold in grassy waves, carved by the patient hand of time. Rivers glisten like ribbons of liquid light, winding through the landscape. Mountains rise in majestic peaks, their summits piercing the blue sky as Thumbelina and the swallow journey onward. Thumbelina finds herself in fairyland, where huge flowers loom like vibrant towers. Gossamer wings catch the sunlight as tiny fairies dance among the blossoms, their forms ethereal and fleeting. The air vibrates with their laughter, a symphony of tinkling bells echoing through the enchanted land. Each petal glows with an otherworldly light, illuminating the delicate features of the fairies. Thumbelina marvels at the scene, a world of magic and wonder unfolding before her very eyes. In a fairy garden awash with sunlight, Thumbelina stands among the vibrant blossoms, a tiny figure among grand nature. Her eyes widen with wonder as a figure descends from above, his wings catching the light. Prince appears, wings gleam, gazing at Thumbelina. The garden holds its breath, a silent witness to the meeting of two souls in a realm of magic and light. Sunlight bathes the fairy garden in a warm, golden glow, illuminating every petal and leaf. The fairy prince extends his hand, his eyes reflecting a hopeful gleam as he gazes at Thumbelina. He asks, his voice a gentle melody in the tranquil air. Will you be my queen? Thumbelina's shy smile blossoms into a radiant expression as she whispers,
Yes.
Wings bloom, light transforms Thumbelina. May blossom, winged, dances with Prince, laughter echoes. Sunlight catches her delicate wings, each beat a sign of her new life, far removed from the world she once knew. Far below, a distant cottage stands, a poignant reminder of a life left behind. At the window, Her mother's wistful gaze rests upon the empty sill, where once a tiny girl dreamed of a world beyond. A tender wish escapes her lips, a silent blessing carried on the breeze. May my little Thumbelina always be happy.